All right, welcome back to the Falcons Fanatic Podcast. I'm going to do this one quick because I want to dwell on this game for as little as possible. The Falcons lose to the Saints 17-20 in a game that we really should have won. And I know I said when you're playing the Seahawks that there's going to be games where it just doesn't go your way. Well, this game in the Seahawks didn't go our way, but I was not infuriated at all. They're a good team. They're going to be this sometimes, and just didn't go our way. We need to beat the Saints every single time. I do not care. The Saints are 2-7. They just fired Dennis Allen. It's incredible the fact that they are even in this game. It's incredible the fact that the Falcons lost this game, and it was a lot of Younghoe Koo misses. It was a lot of Younghoe Koo misses. It was a lot of just unfortunate circumstance with penalties. Our defense kind of letting the top off a little bit and letting them just throw the deep ball, and very, very frustrating game as the Falcons lose to the Saints, as they seem to always do once per year, even no matter how good the teams are, as the Falcons fall to 6-4 and the Saints improve to 3-7. Falcons got no turnovers. Derek Carr fumbled once, didn't recover it. Falcons had 2 fumbles that they lost. Or 2 fumbles, they recovered both of them. And the biggest difference in this game was Kirk Cousins throwing an interception to Tyrann Mathieu right when the Falcons were rolling. It was the same score that it ended. And Kirk Cousins dealing all game, making incredible throws, playing within his own playing within his means, finding open players out of nothing. A couple of incredible throws, one to Ray McLeod where he's throwing a similar to throw to actually that Desmond Ridder did that was impressive, but the linebacker is playing sort of mid-read and not even looking at the quarterback, just sprinting upfield backwards to try to cover their guy. And because they're not looking back, Kirk can throw it basically almost directly at them because they can't see the football. Kirk does that, fits it straight through. Great catch on a third down by Ray McLeod. And I was thinking, man, Bijan was open on the choice right there. But, good throw, right? Good throw. And then he had a similar play where Drake London did a choice of his own, gets wide open, Kirk throws it, but literally on the outstretched arms of 2 Saints defenders, fits it through the hole. Amazing throw, Drake London, catch and go. And that's just, the epitome of the Falcons game, basically, is that's what they like to do. Just Drake London across the field, fit into a tight area, and make it happen. And oh my God, that was another thing. There was so many batted balls at the line today. 2 of them were fumbles, and a bunch could have been much more. Could have been interceptions, could have been turnovers. And the Falcons, Kirk Cousins throws one that was, and none of those were his fault. That happens. That one, the last one that Kirk Cousins threw, I do have no idea where he was throwing because he throws the choice route to Drake London, trying to fit it in between 3 Saints defenders. But when you throw that, you have to think to yourself, why are there 3 Saints defenders there? Is there somebody open? And lo and behold, right in front of him, Kyle Pitts, wide open at the first down marker. Doesn't look his way, throws it to Drake London, forces the ball in there. The first forced ball all day, interception, game over. Except it's not. The Falcons hold them after they get another break. It was very, very Saquon Barkley against the Eagles-esque. A drop there from Alvin Kamara, who could have walked in for a touchdown. He doesn't. He drops it. 4th down, Falcons get the ball back. And then once again, the offensive line couldn't hold up. Kirk Cousins couldn't find anybody open and refuses to take what's in front of him. Gets sacked, strip fumble, game over. The Falcons lose 20-17 in a game they really should have taken. It was an amazing game from Bijan Robinson. 2 touchdowns, 116, had an incredible run, his best run of his career. Scampered out, slipped through 1 tackle at the second level. Great blocking, by the way, Drake London on the outside. And he slips through 1 tackle. He has so much green grass, he trips. He's like, he tries to run as fast as possible through the green grass, trips on his own feet. almost gets caught, but he's that fast. It doesn't even matter if he trips. He's still faster than the DBs trying to catch up to him. Touchdown Atlanta. That cut it to a 3-point game there in the third quarter. You think, okay, we're fine. The Falcons have ample opportunity, a whole quarter, to take the lead in this one, and they never did. And there were so many times the Saints were just begging the Falcons to take it from them. Multiple 4th and 1s they decided to punt, which I know for a fact we would not have seen Raheem Morris punt on that. And I think if you look at the mathematics, they should have gone for it. They don't. Trust their defense. For no reason, the Falcons' offense has been humming all year. For some reason, they trust their defense, which has not been humming all year at all, against the Falcons' offense that has been. Somehow it works out for them multiple times. I think 3 drives the Falcons had an opportunity to take the lead. One just stalls out. Another one stalls out due to penalties. Interception, not enough time on the clock. Stalled out due to a sack. The Saints escape, and this would be an entirely different game if Younghoe Koo doesn't, the 53, I'll let him pass. He's not usually a long-distance kicker. That's a tough kick for him. That's okay. If he doesn't miss that 47-yarder off the upright, that's the difference in this game. One gets blocked, fine. I guess that happens too. You cannot miss with under 50 yards against the New Orleans Saints in that big of a game. You can't miss 3. And that third one was the difference, sending this game into overtime. Falcons would have taken it in overtime. I know way would have. I don't even think our defense played entirely bad. I mean, our whole thing this whole season has been not to give up big plays, and we gave up big plays today. But it was fine. We didn't generate a turnover. That kind of killed us. We lost the turnover battle. We didn't really generate any sacks. We generated no sacks. Only 2 TFLs, both by David Onyemata. I liked what I saw from Clark Phillips. Our linebacking core, other than one missed tackle by... well, now it's saying he didn't even play, so I don't even... I think it must have been Landman with the missed tackle. On the broadcast, they said it was Troy Anderson, but he doesn't have any tackles, so couldn't have been him. Nate Landman missed a tackle on Kamara, spraying him for 30 more yards. Avery Williams, still don't know why we have a different kick returner. He's just the worst. Koo, special teams was just atrocious. Pinion, I guess, was decent, as he always is. Koo cannot miss those freaking field goals. Ugh. It was right there for us, and we would have took an even more commanding lead in our division. Thing is, the Falcons we're up so much in this division, we can afford to lose a game like this. But these are the ones you just want to take. We have a game upcoming against the Broncos. They're a decent team, right? Obviously, they lost today. They're 5-5, but Saints are just another level of dog badness. Dog badness. They're just another level of it. They're just so trash. And we lose to the freaking Saints in a game, and you could see it coming too. The media was saying, new coach theory. They played against the Falcons earlier in the season, and the Falcons barely won it. Falcons dominated this game and were never leaded for a second. The New Orleans Saints got every single break possible and stole this one from the Falcons. And I guess, like I said, that's going to happen. Doesn't happen to the good teams, but it happens to the Falcons. That's going to happen over the course of the year. I just have to accept it. I just have to accept that it comes against the Aints. I just have to accept that it comes in the fashion that it did. Once again, I don't think Kirk Cousins played bad except for that one throw. I really don't. I think that was the one mistake he made, and that's partly the difference in this game, as much as the kick is by Younghoe Koo that hit the upright. I think our defense was serviceable. At the second quarter, not serviceable. Other than that, only let up 3 points. Other than the first quarter, only let up 3 points. That is fine with me. Our offense could have been a bit better. We had all of our tools around us. Kirk Cousins didn't really find the open man as well as he has in the past, and I think that's sort of the reason why we lost. But it's just a frustrating loss to lose to the Saints. And this one would have given us the lead all time against the Saints, would have extended our lead all time. Now we're back to being tied. And, of course, the Falcons, you look on Twitter last night, saying how we walked in their trap, took over the trap of the Saints. And it's a new coach theory. It's a rivalry game. They're going to bring their A-ball. Just really, really frustrating stuff. It says Carolina also won today, which I didn't see. They beat the Giants. Jesus, the Giants stink. Good for Bryce Young. Get back-to-back wins, but just not impressive at all from the Falcons, and it shows just how bad this team can be. And any given Sunday, and it just shows, you can have good things. It's just not gonna. We can't have great things as Falcons. We can have good things, and that's what we have this year. Not gonna have great things. Tough loss against the New Orleans Saints. We really had this one out in the open, and it was just a tough game altogether. Like I said, Tyler Algier, Bijan Robinson, our running game, 5.7 yards a carry. Our passing game went for 306 yards. We just couldn't find the end zone. If we look at the team stats here for both of these squads, the Falcons had 25 first downs. The Saints had 14. Falcons had 73 total plays. Saints had 52. Let's look at the penalties. That's what I'm really interested in. Really, Falcons 6 for 45, Saints 8 for 76. That's surprising to me. We lost the turnover battle, had way more time of possession, and total yards we had more than 100 of more than 100 more yards than the Saints did. It's just we are slightly worse on third down. I really don't know. It's unexplainable. Saying there's going to be unexplainable games. Falcons' first away loss on the season. We stopped the run really, really well, actually, against Alvin Kamara. Our passing defense was actually our issue. And honestly, I think it was fine, except for a couple of long throws, a couple of long catches. Alvin Kamara with one, Taysom Hill with one, Scanting with a couple, 67. 2 touchdowns for Scanton. Marquez Valdez Scanting. I wish I picked him up in fantasy. And I was impressed by Kevin Austin Jr. He had 2 really nice routes and 2 really nice catches. Jamario Davis. It's just this pass rush. We don't generate anything on the edge, and there's a couple of times they even hurt us. Eva Katie jumped offside, and when you're not generating any pressure on dropbacks, Derek Carr is a serviceable quarterback. He will pick you apart. If they were playing Spencer Rattler, that's a different story. But Derek Carr will pick you apart if you cannot get to him. And the Falcons can't get to a piece of cheese on the second drawer. They can't get to it. And it's frustrating. Judon, once again, fat 1 total tackle. Nothing else. He's the same amount of total tackles as Drake London and Tyler Algier. Taquan Graham goes injured. Jesse Bates, didn't make his impact as much as he usually does. There's a couple of nice plays in pass coverage. Nothing incredible. Justin Simmons with pass deflection. And there was nothing. And the Saints did a good job of controlling what they could control, didn't turn over the ball, kept care of the ball, let their defense win them this football game. A defense that is even more banged up than the Falcons one is, which Falcons aren't even that banged up anymore. The Saints defense, perfectly fine. Tyrann Mathieu, Willie Gay, just frustrating. We're going to make the playoffs. I have to keep that in mind. We're still 2 games up on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We're 3 games up on the Saints, 3 games up on the Panthers. As long as we win against the Broncos, going into our bye 7-5, I think we'll take that. But it just makes it a little more close, and a game that was just out there the entire second half for us to steal. And the Falcons just frustration. I mean, it looks like the Younghoe Koo after missing a field goal. That's how I feel right now. That really encapsulates it. So that's all that's going to happen for today. I don't want to talk any longer about this Falcons team. That's really frustrating. I'll see you guys next week against the Broncos. Hopefully, we're able to win that one. Frustrating game. We'll get back. And I hope you guys have a good week. And I'll see you guys then. Just frustrating stuff. I'll try not to think about it.